What's going on, my metal stackers? I am going to be talking about my bank and banks in general and why they're coming down hard on me. Stick around. You don't want to miss this. All right, guys, welcome back and thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me and I would greatly appreciate your support. Before I begin, it's been about a month since my last video, and many of you may recall it was a video based on a Nixon Shock anniversary promotion that I had, where if you buy a tube of American Silver Eagles, you would receive a free one go back. That was a huge success. And I just want to say a massive thank you to all my customers out there that have taken advantage of that promotion. So let's jump right in. Banks, we love them, we hate them. But let's dig deep in terms of why banks need our money. And many people think just because you deposit money into your bank account, that doesn't necessarily mean it's yours. Now, hear me out. Yes, it is your money that you're depositing, but many people think, that there's like a little safe deposit box with your name and the amount of cash that you deposited. No, that's not how it works. Banks will just take your money, okay, and they will just throw it in this big safe or vault or whatever you want to call it, right? And then they take that money and they lend that money to other consumers with interest, right? That's how banks make money. But is it really yours? Now, I have some pros and cons when it comes to banks, especially my bank. I have been with my bank for over 25 years. Never had any issues at all with my bank until I started this business. They are really hating metals, meaning precious metals. And I'll get to that at later on in this video. Okay, regarding banks, a lot of pros and cons. I don't want to dig too deep into that, but obviously the biggest pro is convenience, right? Walk into a local branch and withdraw or deposit money. Okay, lots and lots of cons, right? I could go on with this list, but in regards to my business and my bank, again, I've been with this bank, and I'm not going to mention the bank's name, but I've been with this bank for over 25 years. But ever since I started my bullion company, I've noticed there's a lot of questioning or questions in regards to my bank. So typically I walk into my local branch and I deposit cash, a lot of cash. And this cash is obviously from transactions, sales, that is, right? Obviously I'm selling bullion. And I don't typically accept credit cards. I'm working on it, but right now I'd like to see my customers save that extra 3% by not using a credit card. Otherwise, I have to pass down the cost of using a credit card. Checks, I do accept checks, but obviously, I have to wait for that check to deposit, and then you get your metals. That's how it works. But typically, when I walk into my branch and I deposit, cash, there is constantly questions in terms of where's this cash coming from? And they know me. They know my business, and I get it. Lots of cash coming in. I mean, it's not like Tony Montana walking in with like duffel bags of cash. That's not happening, right? Great movie, by the way. But anyways, this local branch has been under my skin for a while. I don't get it. I'm not breaking any laws. In fact, I am following every rule, every regulation out there. I mean, I have an ongoing AML program, right? Any transaction over $10,000, by law, I have to report that to the IRS, right? I believe it's Form 8300. So I'm not breaking any rules here. I am a law-abiding citizen, a legitimate business, and I must follow every rule out there. I mean, regarding the Patriot Act, the Bank Secrecy Act, right? There's so many regulations out there, and it's a really strict business, and I get it. When it comes to bullion, there's a lot of transactions, and most of it in cash. So I get it. I get the questions, but it's the ongoing, questions in terms of who is your customer. Now, I draw the line there. I do not expose any information about my customers. I am all about privacy. So I drew the line there. None of my customers are breaking laws, right? They're just typical, hardworking Americans, and they want to invest their money in bullion. It's their God-given right, American right. So besides knowing your customer, right? They call it KYC, know your customer, right? I just don't understand why they're asking so many questions in regards to specific customers. They're not breaking any laws. Furthermore, I just don't understand why my bank has to ask the same redundant questions. I mean, they do not like the amount of money. Actually, they love the amount of money coming in, even though they question it, but they do not like the amount of money going out. Now, obviously, in the bullion business, yes, you deposit a lot of cash, but you're also wiring out a lot of cash, right? You're buying products, right? In order to maintain your business and stay in business, you have to buy metals and sell to the customer. So I think that's one of the biggest factor. They do not like the amount of money going out. And it is quite a bit of money going out and also coming in. But I just don't understand. A, they are making money off me in terms of a monthly deposit fee. So the amount of money that's coming in, they are charging me a fee, right? B, wire transfers, they are charging me money for incoming wires and outgoing wires. So they're making money incoming and outgoing wires. C, maintenance fee. Every month I get hit with the maintenance fee. So there's no way out of this, right? I mean, this is how banks also make money. But what I just do not understand is it's becoming a little intrusion where they're asking who my customers are. And furthermore, I've heard this from many of my customers where their local branch is asking why they're withdrawing so much money, right? I don't know. I mean, sometimes I have customers withdrawing up to $3,000, $5,000, $7,000, or even $8,000, but they maintain under that $10,000 threshold, right? To stay compliant, to stay, I guess, they don't want to be on the radar. I get it. And again, anything over 10,000, I have to report that. I hate to do it, but it's the law and I have to abide by the law. But getting back to my customers, they too are being asked as to why they're withdrawing so much cash. And typically they will tell the branch manager, well, I'm buying metals. I am investing in gold or silver, right? They don't like that. They do not like the amount of money coming out of their branch, right? Because they need to maintain a certain amount of cash on a daily basis, right? And again, deposits, is it really yours, right? We need to think about that. This is something that has been going on for many bullion dealers. In fact, a lot of bullion dealers had their bank accounts closed because they did not like the amount of money going out, which is ridiculous because this is how business works, right? You're in the bullion business and you have to make these transactions, right? It's just absolutely absurd as to why they're coming down on people, including myself, as to why we're investing in metals. Absolutely nuts. All right, guys, that is a wrap on the banking discussion. I do not want to get my blood boiled up. I want to try to enjoy this Saturday. It's beautiful out today. But please leave me some comments. Tell me what you think or how do you feel about your deposits? Are they safe? Keep in mind, they don't mind. Banks do not mind the amount of money coming in because they lend that money out with high interest rates. But are you gaining even 1% on your regular savings or checking account? I know many friends and family members are not getting that 1%, which is absolutely ridiculous given the interest rates in today's rate. But again, banks hate metals. They just hate it. They know there is no third party counter risk involved, right? They cannot and will not confiscate your metals. That's not going to happen, right? However, cash, they can confiscate your cash. If the bank goes under, and let's say you have $100,000 deposited into your account and your bank goes under, do you think you'll get that back at a moment's notice? It could take several weeks, months, or even years. We do not know. But we know one thing's for certain. This is real money. Real, tangible asset in your hands. I wish they would follow our Constitution because, again, Section 10 clearly states, no state shall make anything but gold and silver as legal tender. So as for the questions, I really wish they would just step off. Let me conduct my business in a legal way. I am not breaking any laws or any regulations. And it's just absolutely frustrating. And none of us should put up with that BS. Enough is enough. I get it. There's a lot of illegal activity out there, but what about the honest, hardworking Americans and legitimate businesses trying to make ends meet? Think about that. Guys, again, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And as usual, guys, preserve your wealth. Or I should say, take care of your health. Preserve your wealth. Most importantly, keep rocking, keep stacking. Thanks, guys.